New Zealand Bit by Bit tells the story of a woman, that's me, and my horses and dog Bray, and how we rode the length of New Zealand. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Once upon a time there was a little girl who grew up detesting ballet, wishing she lived the privileged life that her brothers had, and loved ponies. She loved reading too, so long as the book had horses in it. When she was about 10, she read a book by Amy Shipley, who rode horseback between Buenos Aires and Washington, D.C., and she decided that when she was old enough, she would do something similar. Ride horseback the length of New Zealand. But life got in the way. I started work, I took up motorsport, I fell in love, I married and became a mother. My life took me down another path until one day, when my mortgage was far too big and my boys had left home, I decided I really could take the time to go off and follow my dreams. Down in the South Island I met up with some wonderful people and we rode the Rainbow Road. Laurie and Lee managed everything. They sorted the accommodation, they chopped the firewood, and cooked the meals. All I had to do was enjoy the scenery. We arrived at St. James in time for the annual horse sale. What a thrill! At Hanmer we went our separate ways, and I met up with a musterer who showed me the way to North Canterbury. And then we were on our own, just Rosy, Kia Kaha and me. But Rosy was hurt, and so my ride ended temporarily while I found a more suitable horse. And so D'Artagnan came into my life, and joined by Lisa from England, we set out again at Bluff, the very south of the South Island. We just enjoyed each day as it came. Sometimes we were thwarted by snow. Sometimes we got lost in the bush. We rode right through Dunedin City. I phoned up farriers and they came and replaced shoes beside the road. The scenery was outstanding. Beach rides were exciting. tracks through bush were amazing. My path took me through parks such as the 42 Travers near Ruapehu. I stayed on a station, that's a very large farm, and helped with the cattle and sheep for a few weeks. Eventually I arrived in Auckland. And then it was Northland where I met up, as planned, with Lee Gabriel and his reluctant Mount Cass. This was perhaps the roughest part of the journey. At times Lee had to break through the overgrown road, which had been abandoned a few years earlier. Always the scenery was amazing. What sights I saw! And the horse riding was the best. But the thing that surprised me most was the marvellous reception I received from fellow New Zealanders, who were so helpful in helping me achieve my goal. They gave me the best bed and the most beautiful meals. They recommended routes for me and introduced me to others who would help. And my beautiful horses, they made it possible. Brave D'Artagnan, who had done something similar before. Rosy, who lived the rest of her years in retirement down south. Kia Kaha, or Doug, and Captain, who had a new lease on life. Both were rescued from the meatworks. Doug grew to be a real mischief maker. And then there was Bray, who came all the way. You'll learn more of their adventures when you read New Zealand Bit by Bit. I hope you enjoy the experience as much as I did.